It was standing room only in the committee room, and Secretary of State Natalie Tent was there with members of her staff to tell delegates that they have only 2 weeks to pass this special election bill.
Well, we've been trying to look through calendars even as we sit here now. Easily said, February 14th would give us about 90 days. I don't know, there's only 28 days in February, but I believe February 14th gives us that 90 days for enough flexibility. And the flexibility is needed is because when you're putting an election together, it's as if you have dominoes set up. And if one starts to tilt and fall, it's going to knock all the others down. But by having at least not those 90 days, unlike we had in the special election, you have an ability to shift a hair if you need to, so only one domino falls and not the rest.
Earlier, Staff Attorney Joe Altizer briefed the committee on an amendment to the original version of House Bill 2562 that calls for a primary election June 20 and a general election on October 4th.
If this was enacted into law, the governor would have to issue a new amended proclamation to reflect these dates that are incorporated in this particular provision. And basically, the special elections shall be held on Subdivision 2, May 14th, 2011, and Special General, September 13th, 2011. So those would be the 2 dates that are proposed in this particular change.
House leaders were not certain today why the Citizens Legislative Compensation Commission failed to submit its quadrennial recommendation for legislative salaries by last week's deadline. But Berkeley County Republican John Overington, the longest-serving member in the House, said he doesn't believe House members want to increase their pay.
We feel that at $20,000 our pay rate is adequate, and especially when you consider that other state employees, educators and other groups haven't had any type of substantial pay raise. So I think the feeling is that we're doing fine. It would send a bad message if we voted ourselves another pay raise.
And Kanawha County Delegate Barbara Hatfield blasted a lobbyist she did not name for emails critical of her position on a bill to make mixed martial arts a legal form of competition and entertainment in West Virginia.
There is no place in schools for bullying, and there is no place in this house for a bully. So when he comes to your office and you disagree with him, then you're going to get an email about being an ostrich and running from him. I don't think anybody in here has ever seen me be an ostrich and running from anybody. So I wanted to bring this to your attention. Now, what are you going to do? You're going to have another little email from this bully that's going to say, Hatfield won't talk to me anymore, and I'm not allowed in her office. Well, you can take that to the bank.
One minor bill unanimously passed the House during today's brief floor session, and 2 others will be ready for a final vote in the House on Tuesday. For West Virginia Public Broadcasting, I'm Tom Miller.